Hi, this is the PC Expert Amateur, and I need your advice. So, some of you may not be aware, but last year in April, I put up a video for manufacturers letting them know my rules about getting products from them, which basically boils down to I don't want to accept products directly from manufacturers for the simple reason that unethical manufacturers will send products that are not the standard product that they sell. It would be what's called a golden sample. And what that basically means is they would send something that's much better, perhaps, than what is sold to the consumers through regular vendor channels. And that means that if they send it to me, it would not necessarily be, well, probably would not be representative of what you would get if you bought it online or at a brick and mortar store. And thus, the review would not be helpful to you. So, with that in mind, for those of you who didn't watch the video I put up yesterday, Silverstone, which is a company that's been around for a while now. I'm not sure exactly when they started, but it's been more than 15 years. They produce cases and power supplies and fans and air coolers and water coolers and add-on boards and stuff. And they reached out to me on my channel on one of my videos, which was about one of their air penetrator fans, the 120i Pro. And so I wrote to them via email because, using the post office is like relying on a snail that doesn't know where it's going. I say that as a former post office worker. And I said, hey, you suggested that maybe, you could provide me with products, and I like the idea, but in order to protect my channel's integrity and reputation, I need to make sure that I buy the product and I get reimbursed rather than you sending it directly to me. The response I got back from them was, and this is from the manager of marketing, Tony Wu. I hope I said that wrong or right. Yeah, I hope I said it right. Sorry. I'm a little bit nervous. No. The response I got from Tony was that they had 15 years ago, he had a reviewer who wanted to do it that way, and they did it that way for a while, but it was for some reason a headache for accounting. I don't really understand how it could be a headache for accounting to handle that. It just seems kind of, well, let's just say I'm not an accountant and I'm not good at accounting. So I don't really understand how that could be a headache for accounting. And he didn't use the word a headache. He said it a different way. And but still, no matter what it is, his statement was that he is not willing to do that, but that they are willing to send me products and I can review them and test them. And then if I want to sell them off or whatever, I can do that. Now, there are certain advantages to that. Number one, I have spent a lot of money building up my inventory. I mean, way too much money. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars that I actually I should have kept for my future, because I don't have money saved up for the future, and I should have saved it up for at least for getting my own home instead of living in an apartment and paying for somebody's property. So that was kind of foolish of me, but at the same time, I did need to have inventory to make videos. And right, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that if they send me products for free, and he said no strings attached, and then I test them and I use them, however, and then I sell some of them off. That's money that I can then use to help fund the purchase of other products. Um, and this is the first company that has reached out to me. Nobody else has reached out to me. And I have not made an effort to get free products from any companies. I know that there are a lot of other tech channels that accept free products. Because they say, hey, Arctic agreed to send this to me, or Asus sent this, or whatever. There's a lot of companies that send products for free to reviewers and testers, and that's all well and good. But my concern is I want you guys to know that what I'm doing is legitimate. I'm not trying to be a front or a shill for a company. I'm not trying to provide false information about the quality of products. I want to make sure that what I put out in my videos is, to the best of my ability, legitimate information within the confines of how I do the testing. And therefore, the risk of receiving golden samples means that I could put out a review that is not representative of what you're going to buy if you buy it at a store or an online store. So I've made a poll, a survey, and I've explained all this to you, and it's in the community tab. And I've offered 4 options, the last of which is you write in the comments what you think I should do. But I cannot continue to spend, and I just spent like another $1,000 within the past week buying more fans and air coolers and water coolers, including the Liquid Freezer 3. I just can't afford to continue doing that. It's getting to the point where, and I took a week off of work as well, actually a week and a half, because I have some injuries and Amazon's not going to help me with those injuries. So I needed some recovery time, and so yeah, I'm not earning any money right now. I'm going to have to go back to work tomorrow. It's kind of frustrating, but my health has to come first. I used to put Amazon first, and now that I understand that Amazon is just another big faceless corporation that doesn't care legitimately about customers and employees, and I'm saying that with all sincerity, I need to prioritize my health over the needs of the company, and not to mention my son and my daughter. So the other 3 choices are: I continue to purchase everything that I test. And again, that's becoming increasingly difficult as my financial resources, my extra money has dwindled. I also have a car that I'm paying off. So by the time I'm done paying off the car, I'm not going to really have anything left in savings. So it's not really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have hundreds of fans. And I have, let's see, I think I'm going to have, by the time I get all the orders in, I'm going to have a total of 9 or 10 water coolers, and I'll probably have like 15 air coolers. So I have enough product to keep me going for quite some time. But if there's something else new that comes out, like the Deep Cool Mystique, which is supposedly better than the LS and LT Deep Cool AIOs, I won't be purchasing those. I won't be purchasing the other brands that have really nice air cool or water coolers, like the Endorphy Navis series, and so on. I just can't. I can't afford to. Not to mention, I'm kind of running out of space. I've bought my 3rd shelving unit to put stuff on, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to fit that all in. So I'm digressing. the three choices, number one again is continue to purchase everything that I test. 2, accept indirect donations as stated in my video. Or 3, accept direct donations, but stop if I determine that the company's being shady. Like if it becomes obvious that they're sending me golden samples. Now, I'm not saying that your advice or your response in the poll is going to be what I'm going to do, but I do want to know your opinion on what I should do. Should I do what a lot of other reviewers do? That especially the small ones, it's hard to be a small reviewer and put your money out when you're not earning a lot of money, and I don't have money saved up for the future, except for my 401k, and that's going to be like another 13 years before I retire from the workforce, unless I miraculously manage to make my YouTube channel successful. And another problem with buying my own products is that means I cannot get better equipment for testing. I cannot get better equipment for anything, and I can't hire somebody to help me, which limits what I can produce and prevents me from being able to do things that I don't personally know how to do, which prevents me obviously from reviewing or doing a really good review of products that I don't have enough knowledge in. Like, I don't really feel I can give you advice on choosing a motherboard, a MOBO, but I cannot do an in-depth review of a motherboard and say, this is a great motherboard. I don't have enough knowledge at this time. Same thing with storage and memory. I can give you general advice about these things. Graphics cards is another one. But there's a lot of knowledge that goes into being able to give an in-depth evaluation of products like that I don't have right now. I'm just being honest with you here. It's taken me a lot of looking into things and experimentation and stuff. I've got a lot of failed testing that I've done that I just I realized sometimes I was already done. I had spent weeks on it, months on it, and I was like, oh no, I made this mistake. So I had to throw it all away. And I learned from that, though, and that's important. But at the same time, that means I'm slowed down, and things that I want to put out haven't been put out. I've got videos that need me to finish them, and I can't because of barriers that I have. So if I accept direct product donations, that means then that's money that I can potentially use to invest into getting help. But you can read the poll yourself. I laid it out in the poll as best as I could. If you have any questions, you can always leave the questions there. Or if you have a suggestion of another alternative, you can put that in the comments as well, and I'll consider it. If it makes sense, I'll add it to the possible options. But just please let me know what you think. At the very least, put a vote in the poll. And if you also want to leave a comment, that's fine. But the vote in the poll is the most important thing, even if it's just to click something else and then write a comment. Or you can choose one of the 3 options and then still write a comment. That's okay too. I just want to know what's going to be okay for you. So I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me go on and on and on for the last several minutes now. And I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.